All right, here we go. All right. We've got AngryLarry and Coach Crab here. Buzz is supposed to be on Discord, but I can't hear him, so that's really cool.
I'm here.
There you are.
Wait, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna turn down Larry's audio a little bit.
Oh, perfect.
There we go.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the another edition of the SHI tournament here, featuring Panic Restaurant, Koachkrab versus AngryLarry. Should be a hell of a matchup, I hope.
We are already to our first boss, Popcorn Pete.
Who came up with these boss names, anyways?
I don't know, they're not all alliterations, so I'm confused.
I'm pretty sure Larry just made them up and like told everybody that's what to call them.
No, I researched it. I found a PDF scan of the $100 manual, however much the manual by itself is worth.
Yeah, it's the manual by itself is probably, I'd say at least $1,000.
If I owned a house, I would sell it so I could get my boxed copy of the game.
Yeah, I mean that seems like a good investment.
Coach
You
Crab
can live
hit
on
an
the
elevator.
streets. Live on the streets, but at least you'll have your copy of Panic Restaurant.
Just take out a fifth mortgage. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Exactly.
So did Larry just start playing this game, what, like yesterday or something?
That's what he claims. I was kind of hoping that he'd been, sandbagging, doing the whole like sleeper, streaming, getting good at it. But we'll see what happens here. I mean, we know that Coach is the man.
Yeah. He is 2-0, and this is Larry's first match.
He put up a crazy good time yesterday, I believe.
Yes. I don't remember what it was though. 15 something.
I'm gonna say it was like 14:45.
Oh, you're right.
Something like that.
You are totally right. It was a sub 15, and I was like, wow, glad I'm not in the upper deck.
I got something like that last night, but it wasn't that good. I think I got a 14:49.
It's nice. Yeah, I'm ready to start learning the plate strats, and we'll be seeing some new PBs hopefully soon.
I was gonna say you seem to be winning. You got it down. You just need to, really the biggest help in this game is just watching the world records and stuff like that.
Yes, those are really intense runs.
Well, I mean, they're even been trading back and forth. I don't know if anybody pays attention to the leaderboards, but Herexin and I can't remember the other guy's name, but like they have been streaming a lot recently, and I've been hanging out in their streams and talking to them and kind of picking their brains, and they're very open about the game and tell you what they're doing. But they've traded the world record a lot of times in the last couple of weeks here.
Yeah, their times consistently have the thousandths of a place. Seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, probably not going to be that close in this race, but we'll see.
And we are already on stage 3 for both runners, which is the salad course, located in the kitchen.
Well, I mean, you got to make the salad somewhere. Might as well be the kitchen.
We don't make any of the other foods in the kitchen.
No.
I don't think we've ever come to a conclusion on the hot dog loaf controversy.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's bread, if you want me to solve it for you.
I don't know. I still think it's a hot dog.
I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
I guess that's fair. Thank you.
Until you talk to the people who designed the graphics for this game. Yeah, you don't really know.
I don't know. Does bread in Japan look like hot dogs? That wouldn't surprise me. Although, I think they're trying to take in like the French culinary thing, so they might be baguettes. It might be a more specific bread.
That's why I thought it was bread, because it looked like a French bread loaf, personally. But,
Do they even eat hot dogs in France?
I mean, I don't know. I've never been to France or Japan or wherever the hell this is supposed to take place.
Everything I learned about France, I learned from Pulp Fiction.
I could say the same thing. Pulp Fiction or what am I trying to say, that
Larry,
Christina Aguilera song.
Larry is going for the damage boost. There we go.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's jumping a little early there, but he got it. The key is to jump when that bread hits the ground. That piece of toast will hit the ground. If you jump at the same time that happens, you're in the right spot. It'll usually go through okay.
Coach Crab up against Wiley Walk already. And a kill. That was fast.
Yeah, not bad. 2 damage from him is pretty average. You know, ideally you want to take 0, but the realistic best case scenario is to take 1 damage from that boss.
Yeah, RNG raining shrimp is pretty horrible.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it. You just got to sit there and pray. There's no skill involved.
I'm surprised I haven't died in there on a race yet, but I've only had 2.
Yeah, it's not hard to happen. I believe I died on my first race there. Yeah, no problem.
And Larry with only 2 hits too.
Yeah, not bad. He's just a little bit behind. He's definitely keeping up. I mean, with the amount of animosity he expressed towards this game, I almost expected him to not be able to clear it, but it doesn't look like he's going to have much of a problem unless he doesn't know very much about these later levels.
5 and 6 seem to take the longest to learn for sure.
There's certainly, yeah, once you get outside the patio, you have to learn these, the shish kebabs they can hose you pretty easily. Yeah, you just gotta figure out the timing, but honestly, I figured once I got the timing down and you kind of realize that it really isn't that tough. That's kind of like, I mean, you could say that about anything.
It's true.
The whole game is just, you just gotta get used to it, and it really doesn't take that long.
Yep, I've said it before, and I honestly really like this game.
Yeah, I mean, just, you know, pull down your chef's cap nice and tight on your head, and then just go for it, you know? There's not a whole lot. Very simplistic. You just gotta get the timing down, get the feel for it. Controls are good, everything's really tight. It's not like, you know, you don't slide around or anything like that.
No,
You just kind of gotta learn the enemies.
the only complaint I can agree with is the lag when there's too many enemies on screen.
Yeah, again, that's it's always in NES games. I don't really know how that worked with the developers. You know, they weren't able to test it, or they were trying to put too much graphics in the game or something like that. You figured they'd be able to solve that before they released it, but
My theory is that the Nintendo is the end of life, and they just wanted to get it out on the shelf. And one of the reasons it's so worth so much money now is that there wasn't many copies made.
yeah, that makes perfect sense. Because what is the year on it? 92?
Yeah, Super
Yeah.
Nintendo had been out for a year already in the States. I'm not sure
Yeah.
what the Famicom release date is.
I know they released Nintendo games in 93 at the latest, but yeah, when you say that 92 year, it's just kind of like, yep, they were just trying to sell copies, and I don't know. At least I hope back then they weren't selling them for $500 a piece. Because that's what it will cost you for a copy of this game nowadays.
I'm pretty sure the going rate is 600, unless you get a really crappy beat up cartridge.
Well, you're probably right. Yeah, I was just kind of saying
That's what everybody's been saying,
look
but as somebody who's been eyeballing that cartridge for a couple years, I've only watched it go up. It's kind of sad. Should have bought it years ago. Didn't know about it then though.
Yeah, that's. I have an okay collection of games, but a lot of them where it's like, if you want that game, you should just buy it right now because it's not going to get any cheaper.
No.
I don't think. I mean, maybe, but that might be like 20 years down the road.
Yeah, when Larry really close to that damage boost right into the spikes.
Yeah, he did get the lag effect. That part's a little tricky. He took the early damage. Ideally, you want to kill that guy and get by him, and then you get like the lower amount of lag. But there's no way to avoid lag in that section.
If you could
Coach
just
gets
not get forced on the fork, maybe.
Yeah, that's impossible. I mean, I haven't been able to do it.
I've seen one run that did it, and I don't remember which run it was, but I think it was in 3rd place at the time, maybe like a month ago. Oh no, Angry took a death from the floating popsicles.
Yeah, Coach is just motoring through this.
Yeah.
What we would expect. He just if he puts his mind to it, Coach is he can get good at these games, and he keeps playing them, and then he doesn't get any worse. I was feeling comfortable that I'd be able to take him out because I've already decided that I'm going to face him in the finals. But now I'm starting to get a little bit worried about my chances of facing him in the finals.
Now, question about the moving forward into the bracket. I seem to be getting mixed answers about whether time/points matter against number of wins.
No, it's not. It's definitely not based on time. It's based on wins.
So 2 wins to move into the bracket for anybody.
Well, yeah, depending on whether or not you beat your opponent. So, you know, if you have 2 wins and they have 2 wins, but you beat them, then you get in and they don't.
Ah,
it's
see,
kind of like that.
That is the step I was missing. So you have a head-to-head if you're tied for wins.
Exactly.
All
yeah.
right.
The timing was eliminated. I know this has been touched on a little bit, but AngryLarry missed the winners bracket by 6 seconds, and that's how that rule got changed.
As commissioner, he fixed it, huh?
Yes, he was like, no, that's not going to happen again to anybody else because he wants that 6 seconds back.
AngryLarry with his 2nd death in the worstest room in the whole game.
Yep, that's rough. You just gotta. I have a really consistent way of doing this room, and you just gotta know the point where you stop, and it's right there. You don't want to mess around with that. See, he did it right the 2nd time through.
Well, if he started playing this yesterday, I'm pretty impressed. He's a quick study.
Yeah, I mean, whatever Larry tells you how much he played it or whatever. You haven't seen him stream it, but you know, I was kind of hoping that he would have a time better than Koachkrab or something, and he was just complaining about it the whole time. Yes, he did. We'll see if that's going to be enough to give Larry a little bit of room to make a comeback.
Both players are on the final stage, stage 6. Dessert in the basement.
I always take my dessert in the basement, whatever that means.
I'm pretty sure, I don't know if Larry ran the game before, but I know he played it because he's definitely been bashing it and saying he hated it, so he had to have some experience.
Yeah, he certainly played. I was just hoping that he had been getting really good off stream and was just going to come in and like destroy everybody's concept of what's going on. I think I'm going to try to adopt that strategy from like here on out. Just be completely in secret, talk about how bad I am,
yeah.
And just like come out and put up a good time. It's hard for me to do that though because I enjoy bragging in Discord channels.
And Koachkrab has made it to O-Dove. Final boss.
Very good time here.
Yeah.
He looked like he entered there right around 14, so that makes me think he's gonna get. I'm gonna say a 14:46 is my guess. It'll be right around there, which is a really good time. Again, his PB is 14:45.
If I'm not mistaken, this entire cutscene is like an even 30 seconds.
Yeah, I've seen it you know, a handful of times, but I haven't actually timed it. I should know at this point exactly what it is, but
It's close to a half minute. I know that. I always look at my time and go, why do I have to sit through this? But everybody has to sit through it, so it's fair. And that is a win for Coach Crab. Sub 15.
yeah, very solid time, 14:51. Can't expect to do much better than that. You'd hope that the cutscene had like a compelling story or something enjoyable in it. I mean, especially when the rest of the game is just they don't give you any story and then they throw it all at you at the very end.
There's story at the beginning, if you sit through it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. It's not $500 worth of cartridge story, in my opinion.
It doesn't line up with the cutscenes in Ninja Gaiden at all.
No, definitely not. Are we gonna do Coach Crab jokes? I wasn't prepared for this.
We should do all the jokes.
What exactly are Coach Crab jokes?
Coach, I can't hear him.
Hardy har har. You're so funny, Buzz.
Well, we are joined by Coach here. That was a good run.
Hey guys.
Sub 15.
Congratulations. Very solid time, Coach. That was almost as good as what I did yesterday.
Yeah, you're right. Almost, right? I had to take that intentional death just to be safe. I mean, I was only racing Larry, so
He's
I went
actually
ahead and took it.
Larry is doing very well, much better than I'm pretty sure everybody anticipated.
Yeah.
But you definitely put up a number that everybody was expecting with your high quality consistency.
I see he's on hors d'oeuvre.
Yeah, he's doing it.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like
Good for
it'll be a sub 17 for his first official time.
Yeah, I think that he's been exaggerating a little bit with his struggles with this game. Let's see how he does against hors d'oeuvre.
He is just throwing eggs.
Yeah,
Hey,
you have to be really exact at this part, guys.
I was hoping that Larry kind of was, had a really good time and was just gonna blow your mind or something like that. But
it looks like Larry's a lot better
good.
than he's been. It looks like Larry's a lot better than he's been cracked up to be.
I think he's doing okay.
1652, huh?
I saw 58, but according to IRC, it's a 1708.
He has 1652 on his stream.
Yeah. That sounds right to me. It was sub 17.
Yep.
Despite what IRC says.
GG Larry.
What the hello?
Where'd he go?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say with a time like that, it looks like he might have. I mean, he's a good shoe-in for second place in that division.
Yeah, he
far
against
out.
I mean, against Big Shake.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what did Dig Shake have a sub
far
17
out,
yet? Because I'd put
I
Larry
do
in
not know.
second place. Yeah, I was gonna say, did Dig Shake have a sub 17 yet? Because I'd put
I
Larry
am not
in second
sure.
place.
Mute that. All right.
Larry, are you there? I can't hear you.
Hello. It's not Discord if we don't have audio issues.
Exactly.
Did Buzz leave too?
No, I'm here.
All right.
No, I'm still here.
I was just looking up times to speculate in that division or that bracket.
I think Larry is in the room and he's just I think he's just staring at the screen in anger.
I mean, for first race, that was a pretty good time. It was better than my first race.
According to him, he's been practicing all day. Maybe not all day. I don't know. Practiced a few times.
In-N-Out Burger.
Buzz?
I know what he's doing. I know what he's doing.
I'm not doing anything. I really can't Can you guys hear me?
You're working
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Okay. No,
yeah,
you go.
yeah.
No, listen to my stream. I've been talking to you guys the whole time.
Larry, I can't hear you.
But good game, Coach.
Good game, Larry.
That was a good
that's
run,
what
Larry.
I assume that Larry is saying good game to me, but I can't hear him right now.
I think that was a pretty solid run. I mean, both ways across. I mean, you know, Coach Crab did his thing, only an intentional death, and Larry, you're kind of a wild card coming in this one. We didn't really know what you would do or how much practice you've actually had, other than what you've said in Discord. But it looked like you got a good handle on it. I mean, sub 17 is no problem. Well, that was according to your splits. Apparently, the SRL time was a little higher, but I think a good time.
Yeah, my split. That's right. My splits are a little off because where you start the timer in this game is a little bit messed up.
Yeah, it makes sense the way that we do it for racing, but the actual, like, you know, if you were going to put it up on the leaderboard, it's definitely going to be less than that.
Yeah, because I started it right away, and I'm like, wait a second. So then I reset it, and then I started it a little bit later than I should have. So it's probably a little over 17. Still a PB nonetheless. I took that intentional death in the popsicles, and then on the cliffs, the ice cliffs that kind of fall when you stand on them.
Yeah.
I don't know, something didn't line up there correctly for me.
That room
I didn't
needs a
scroll the
name.
screen enough, I guess, to set up a popsicle moving when it should have. And
yeah,
I just got nailed.
Yeah, you
Did a
got
popsicle kill you?
Yeah, he got a popsicle up the ass, like in the middle of the that lift conveyor belt thing.
Yes.
So I'm gonna say you probably just need to be a little bit closer
Yeah.
to spawn it earlier, because that's why it was so late and hit you exact.
Or maybe if you scoot over onto the edge of the lift, you'd be able to hit the popsicle.
When I got on the lift, it was the popsicle late, like halfway through the lift. Like it was just lined up for me not to hit it. Like it was a direct ground to Larry missile. There was nothing I could do about it, but
I've had that happen before.
yeah, I did pretty much everything I wanted to do there. All the practice I've done has been in segments for as long as I can tolerate the game. I had a couple save states on early bosses, and then late last night, because I was steaming after my Dragon Warrior loss, I started playing it. And I started getting a little bit further, making save states. And this morning, I finally put a run together, untimed, and then started putting a time to it, and whatever it was, 1750, whatever was my best until right now. But I played through it about like 8 times. So like for Coach and Joshy and BGT and all the people, and Digshake, all the people who can't play this game, like if you invest like 2 hours in the game, like you'll make strides.
That's true.
Yep.
2 hours, according to the AngryLarry.
Well, 2 hours to beat it. Like, I'm not saying to get on the leaderboard or anything. Going from I can't beat this game, it's a middle piece of garbage, to I can beat this game every single time I play it now. It's not minimal time, effort.
Yeah, that I was definitely gonna touch on that and be like, there is definitely a point where you get in this game where it seems impossible, difficult, unforgiving, and then once you get through it, I mean, it's the same with any other game, but with this one, you'll hit that point, and you'll be like, okay, so now you know that you can clear it every time you sit down, and it's gonna be less than 20 minutes. So then, for where you are right here, I think a minute or 2 will come off very quickly.
I couldn't get past an apple or a shish kebab to save my life, and now I can pick them off midair every single time. So it's just a matter of timing,
Those are the two most
figuring
annoying.
it out and stuff. And it doesn't even take that long. It's at the apex of your jump, swing the pan, and then that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, D-pad Danny has a decent time in this, so like, you figure it wouldn't be that terrible.
Where does 1652 put me?
Where is it?
About 15th, I
I was
think.
only above Argus before, but he probably completed it like 2 times, and then that was it.
Yeah, I would say probably. I was just questioning about Digshake's time, because I was looking in your bracket, and I mean, I think it's fairly common knowledge that Coach Crab will most likely end up in first place, but I was looking.
Well, he's already 3-0.
Oh, he has all 3 in.
Yeah,
Okay,
I've-
never
I've-
mind.
raced all 3.
Okay. Sorry, it's just it's not updated completely, so I didn't realize all 3 were done. I just wanted to know in relation to second place, because that seems to be the more compelling spot here. What kind of time Digshake put up, as opposed to what you just did there, AngryLarry, and I don't remember what his number was.
I mean, BGT could beat either one of us, I think, in this game. It's just a matter of, you know, because I think BGT can complete this game sub 18, and so can I, obviously. It's just a matter of how many stupid deaths are we going to take along the way. 1652 is 18th right now, but I have to retime it. It's going to go higher, but that should still be 18th, but I'm not submitting it.
You can probably get a better time than that. The next time you run, it might even be better, you know?
I don't know where exactly I can save time. I can't get... How do you guys get off the ladder so fast?
Hit jump.
You press the jump button and over.
I seem like I feel like I do that, and I can't jump off the ladder as fast as I see people doing it. I have to go down underneath the ledge to do it, and I see people instantly releasing off the ladder.
I do go down below the edge too.
I didn't know if there was really a special trick. It's really just hold left or right and hit jump.
I just start walking down the ladder. Once my head is below the ladder, that's when I jump off, I believe. I believe that's how I do it.
I just tap down to get on the ladder, and then I press left and A, or, you know, right and A, and then you hop right off.
Yeah, you do it immediately, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I for some reason I can't do it until I go all the way underneath the ledge, and then I can do it. Otherwise, it seems like I'm bouncing into the ledge and still on the ladder. So maybe I'm holding.
I think if you press down again, he grabs back onto the ladder. So that might be what you're doing.
Yeah, I could be doing that.
I mean, I've definitely done it where I've tried to jump off and couldn't, you know, and get like hung up a little bit. But it seems like, because if you're holding that, like what Coach said, if you're holding the diagonal, I think it still thinks you're pressing down, and then you keep holding onto the ladder, so you can't be pressing down at all. Or
the other places I can save time is don't play the slot machine, and stop picking up every piece of candy.
Ooh, piece of candy.
So I don't get that.
That's what, James Woods, Family Guy? It was actually pretty good though. I saw you pick up that one in the patio section, and you know, it's just good practice to do that if you want to get through the game without dying. I really think there's nothing wrong with going and taking a couple extra seconds to grab a little extra life, because it will ultimately save you more time. I mean, this brings us back to the Zelda 2 randomizer thing. It was like, oh, how long does it take you to grab that extra hard container, and how much time will that save you? You know, it's the same argument.
Well, I played the slot machine and I got a gold split, so you know, who knows? Well, the times are skewed. I probably shouldn't save this run. So when do you start the timer? You start the timer as soon as the screen goes black, right before you can take control, or as you take control, like right around that area?
I always start it right when the screen brightens up again as you start to take control.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right when you start moving. I watched the world record holder playing it. He was playing it today for a few hours. He has minus 180 on it, and he presses it at the same time where you hit the menu. Like, you know, when the menu slides all the way over to the right, if you use that as a starting point, that's minus 180 if you want to do it exact. But other than that, I just have it at 0, and I just kind of hit it a little bit earlier than I start moving, you know.
There's that fake out screen before the menu, though. So as soon as that fake out screen goes away, that's normally when I start my timer. Then the menu appears. I'm like, oh, crap, I got to reset the timer. And that's kind of what I did this time, too.
Yeah, it seems like when it's scrolled all the way over to the right on the menu, minus 180 seems to be the best way to do it.
So I have to save a minute here somewhere. Where's the most obvious place you've seen me where I can do that?
Not dying in the ice level?
I guess not dying is... So I had one intentional death and one real death?
Yeah.
Or did I die twice?
Well, no, I know you took that popsicle at the low ceiling spikes, but then you took the pit death there too on the conveyor, or the lift, or whatever you want to call it. That's all I remember.
Yeah, that's probably it.
But they're also, I don't think you got the one cycle on the pots going up in level 3. That's a big one.
That is a big one.
If you have to sit around and wait for that. Elevators in 2 aren't really as bad because they're a lot faster. But there's time to be saved there as well.
Maybe just not picking up candy, because I never pick up candy unless it's right in front of me.
Yeah, the candy though, like Buzz says, it prolongs the run. So I could at least say at least one time that one piece of candy probably helped me out. Where maybe I didn't need to refill from 3 hearts to 4 going into Hamburger Boss. You know, but I did it anyway.
Do you do the damage boost?
Yes, and I was pretty good at it, except my last 2 attempts, including this race, I whiffed at it. But
that'll save you a couple seconds right there too.
Yeah, I can do the damage boost. I can buffer it as well, and then all of a sudden now my buffering isn't working. So I'm wondering if I just got lucky thinking I found a buffer where I can hop on that ledge and do a couple button presses and it times it just right. But yeah.
I think it's a pretty big window. I usually jump whenever I think that the little piece of toast that comes out is at its peak. That's usually when I jump, and I think it's a pretty big window as to how much leniency there is to making that damage boost or not.
It's more based on your position, but in this run specifically, Larry missed it like 2 or 3 times until he got it. So, I mean, again, that's a couple seconds, but yeah, you just want to be as close to that back to that ledge as you know, as close as you can be to it, and still being able to do a full jump and hit that piece of toast.
Yeah,
but ultimately, that's not a huge time save, anyways. That's just like a second or 2. If you went around that every time, it really wouldn't add a whole lot to your run.
Going around it though is a little tricky because you got the toast from the upper level coming down at you as well. So it's almost like even if I missed it 2 or 3 times, it might have still even been safer for me. Because as soon as you get up there, you can kill the toaster, grab the lollipop, and all your health's refilled. Doesn't matter where you are. But if you go around, you might be taking the lollipop on the first jump, getting hit by the toast, getting knocked down, having to go up and around again, and having to deal with the toaster on the level above as well.
And you might get hit again because of the more toast popping out.
It's a lot of toast.
It's a lot of toast. I didn't get hit by any beans though.
Nice.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for those giant beans.
The sausages.
How was the VOD? Was chat lit?
That's a good question.
Do you not acknowledge chat? That's why chat hates you.
Honestly, I didn't pay attention to it this time.
Wow.
It was not.
The action is so fast and so furious, Paul Walker. That it's just hard to keep up, you know.
I'm sorry, I'm pouring a 40 on the ground right now.
Whoops.
But yeah, no, good game, Coach. I'm done. I got to get set up here for Choke Me I Like It versus Joshy D tonight.
Oh boy.
Midnight 30 Eastern time.
That'll be fun.
Oh wow, that's happening tonight?
I'll be there.
Unless I read the schedule wrong.
That's exciting.
And that is midnight 30.
Oh yeah, midnight 30.
Yeah.
That's like after dinner for those guys in California.
Yeah, their dinner. It's not even real food. It's just made up food that they eat only just so they can brag that they ate it.
Yeah, it's like kale and rice or something.
Yeah, it's garbage. But Coach, good game. Buzz and Puke, thanks for the restream and commentary, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah, good game, Larry, Buzz, Puke. Thanks for the restream and commentary, guys.
Yep. Congratulations, Coach, and good luck to Larry
Thank
on
you.
his future matches.